Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning into our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, we hear a lot today about us having a plant-based diet or going vegan. But what about for your dogs? Is this something you should consider for them? And what are the benefits? We're here to talk to us about it. We're excited to welcome Ryan Bethencourt. Ryan is a co-founder and CEO of Wild Earth. We're going to talk to him not only about is it possible for dogs to go vegan, but also how you guys can be able to help them make the switch. Ryan, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Hi, Cyrus. Thank you so much for having me and really delighted to join you today.
Well, Ryan, this is, I think, going to be, for some of our audience, especially here on the radio side in the South, it probably is going to be something really new and unique for them. So let's start off by talking about Wild Earth. What was kind of the impetus for it starting?
Yeah, I really wanted to make a healthier dog food. So, over many years, I've had many dogs. My current dog, Lady, she's a 14-year-old German Shepherd, and I really wanted to make better food for them. And so, I'm sure many of your listeners have heard, these recall scares of like, oh, there's euthanasia drug found in dog food or melted plastic, and it's like I started scratching my brain. How did that get in there? And it was actually through contaminated meat. And I looked at a lot of the FDA inspection reports and things like that, and I realized I just wasn't happy with the quality of the food that I was feeding my dog, Lady, and so I wanted to make something better for them.
Wow. Well, what a great mission there. So when someone asks you then, Ryan, can dogs really go vegan, talk to us about what that conversation has been like for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. Across the South, I live in the South too. I live in Raleigh, Durham, and so it's kind of a surprise. People are basically like, wait, dogs aren't carnivores? It's like, no, actually, dogs are omnivores like us. And it's like, really? And it's like, yeah, they actually, they can eat. I'm sure for those pet parents that have dogs, I mean, when we're eating, the dogs will want pretty much everything that's on our plate, right? So,
right.
Whether you're having a piece of chicken or whether you're having a piece of bread or sometimes rice, they'll go nuts for pretty much everything. And so, dogs can actually survive and thrive on a vegan plant-based diet too. And what's interesting is the data that we're starting to see is really pretty incredible.
Well, Ryan, this is interesting because you mentioned, of course, your dog, Lady, and I appreciate you sharing that story. And as you mentioned, we do hear about these recalls. We hear about these dangers that are out there. So what are some of the benefits then for our audience to going plant-based when it comes to their dog's food?
Yeah, so there have been 2 studies that have been published this year, which is just, it's been really, really incredible. I would say this is why we're hearing just a lot more about plant-based diets for our dogs. These 2 studies had some really surprising findings. And so they found that dogs that had switched over from conventional meat-based kibble diets to plant-based kibble diets had actually had several benefits. The first was fewer vet visits. Who doesn't want that, right? The second was fewer serious illnesses, which was super interesting. And I think for those of us that love our dogs a lot and want more time with them, the third was actually the most incredible finding. They found that dogs on plant-based diets lived on average 1.5 years longer than dogs on conventional meat-based kibble diets.
Interesting. So for our audience out there then, Ryan, they're hearing this conversation, and maybe they've been even thinking about it for themselves when it comes to their dogs, how can they make the switch in a way that won't be so much for their dog?
Yeah, so it's really important whenever you're switching any food. I'm sure some pet parents know this very well. You want to reduce the risk of upset tummies. And the way to do that is to transition slowly over a week. So starting off with a little bit of food at the beginning of the week and then a full transition by the end of the week. Each time you're feeding them, so, as you're scooping, just, transitioning more and more over to the new diet. So in this case, obviously Wild Earth. But that helps the dog transition, not just their tummy, but also their microbiome as well.
Love that. Really great information, Ryan. And again, as we're thinking about ourselves eating healthier and also being more plant-based, it's great to know that there are options out there for our dogs as well. Again, everyone, Ryan Bethencourt has been our guest, the co-founder and CEO of Wild Earth. So, Ryan, for audience out there that want to find out more information, where can they go to find out more about Wild Earth?
Yeah, so Tiffany, our veterinarian, and the rest of the Wild Earth team have put together really comprehensive resources for any pet parents that are actually, they've got questions, they want to learn more, it's kind of a new thing for many, and so we have a lot of the health data, a lot of the new publications and studies and the outcomes, so they're available on wildearth.com, that's one word, wildearth.com, and lots of information there, and encourage everyone to have a look, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us too.
All right, wildearth.com. We'll make sure that we link that up for our audience as well. Ryan, congratulations to you, and thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. Have a good day.
Okay, you as well. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.